All right, happy Friday, everybody. We've got 8 NBA games that we're going to talk about. We've got a lot of college basketball, too. Those plays I'm going to give out in the Discord. It's free to join. Click the link down below to join that. NFL football, that was interesting. Blizzard-like conditions. Fun to watch. Not great for our bets. I think we had 2 wins there, but it is what it is. It was cool to watch. NBA yesterday, 4-3 on the day. Jalen Durant killed me. Absolutely killed me. Did not play a lot. Still managed to get 9 rebounds. So should have hit that easily. It was a rebound fest in that entire game, and it went to overtime where he barely played. So that sucked. Zach Collins did not hit his rebounds. That was just a bad read, trying to get a plus money play there. AD under 15.5 rebounds and assists. That was sweat-free. I think he ended up with 11. Jacob Podol over 10.5 rebounds. He had a bunch of rebounds in the first half and then none through like the third quarter, and then just blew up in the fourth quarter, hit that for us. Franz Wagner over 5.5 rebounds, hit that. Chris Paul, the master of the assist, over 8.5 assists, check that box. LeBron James, I told you, I don't like to bet on LeBron James props because he's either a rebounder or he's going to assist. Very rarely does both. Chose to do the rebounds. Maybe we should have looked at his rebounds plus assists, but it is what it is. 4-3 on the day. I've got some bets that I like today. I'm going to give you 7. We're going to cover the games as always. So let's jump into that. So let's start with first game on the card today. It's going to be the Celtics and the Wizards. Obviously, blowout potential here is pretty high. We see this line 15.5 for a reason. No major injuries on the Celtics side. Obviously, Porzingis is still out. Washington, Bagley is a game time decision. Looking kind of 50-50 to play. Sadiq Bey is going to be out. That's about it there. So there is a play I like in this one. I do like Jordan Poole to go over his assist line. It's a little scary because it is a blowout potential, but I'm not going to mess around with a 15.5 spread. Over-under is pretty high, so this is just a complete fade in terms of picking who wins. Maybe drop it down, take the Celtics like 9.5 and pair it with something. All right, Nets and the 76ers. Paul George, I want to say hyperextended his knee. He's going to be at least 2 games. He's going to be out maybe longer. So hits just keep on coming for the old 76ers going up against the Nets. Nets plus 5.5. How do you not take the Nets plus 5.5 against a 76ers team that just looks like ass right now? I would say Jared McCain is a bit of a bright spot. This dude's been balling out. Without George, unless Embiid just has an insane game, I would say you got to go Brooklyn plus 5.5. One of the bets I liked was Nick Claxton over 8.5 rebounds. Didn't make the card, but I do like that. I'm going to keep looking at that throughout the day. Might be one that ends up making the card ultimately, or making my bet slip, I should say. All right, Golden State, New Orleans Pelicans. Kind of a crappy game. Pelicans obviously battling a bunch of injuries. Their injury report, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 8 players on their injury report here. Steph Curry is a game time decision, but highly expected to play. I like his over his 5.5 assists today. So that is a play that is on the card, which the card did drop early to the Discord. So if you're in the Discord, you'd have already gotten these plays. All right, next game. I guess we didn't talk about the winner. Golden State, 10.5 on the road is kind of a lot, but man, this Pelican team does suck. They are a little bit better at home, though, so I'll give them that. I think I would just lean more towards taking the under 223.5 personally. All right, Hawks and the Bulls. This one should be interesting. This is a massive line, 245.5. We're not going to see a lot of defense here. That's pretty much any Hawks game you ever watch. They really don't play defense. In terms of injuries, nothing major on the Hawks side. Chicago side, Kobe White is a game time decision, highly expected to play. Lonzo Ball still out. Patrick Williams is still out. So we're going right back to the play we had the other day, which is going to be Zach LaVine over 3.5 assists. This dude almost has a 100% hit rate on this with Patrick Williams out. So we're pinging that right back. In terms of a winner, it's literally a coin flip game. I I can't believe the over 245.5 is favored. I'm not. It's just a fade in terms of picking a winner. It's a coin flip. You're not betting. You're gambling on this one. Like, you're just straight gambling on a winner. So I guess you got a 50% chance if you want to pick a team. Pacers and the Bucks next. Another high scoring game. I don't trust the Pacers, especially on the road. This is a buck spot for me. I have been so unimpressed by the Pacers lately. Halliburton has been horrendous. He has been really bad. At least we get to trust his assist props last year. I mean, that was almost an automatic. But yeah, Milwaukee -5 in this spot. Under 237.5 would be the two ways I would go there. Trailblazers and the Rockets. So on the injury front, let's see if they have any. Scoot Henderson is a game time decision, expected to play. Anthony Simmons is expected to play. I mean, it's like 60-40 that they'll play. DeAndre Ayton is not expected to play, so that means Klinging's going to be back in. I might look at a Klinging prop. I like his potentially his rebounds or his rebounds plus assist line. We'll see kind of how that shakes out, or maybe a Sengun over in rebounds, something like that. Maybe a Van Fleet under an assist. So those are all kind of things I was looking at. 12.5 again, man, it's too hard. This Portland team, sometimes they play good D, sometimes they don't. I mean, I like the Rockets to win. So other than that, it's just too high of a line for me, man. I don't mess around with lines that high. All right, Mavericks and the Nuggets should be an interesting game because you don't have Luka. Luka's out for a week with a wrist injury. That means Kyrie Irving's going to have to step up, and we see that really in his assist line. I think it's up to 7.5. Kind of back and forth on that. Denver gives up a ton of assists to the point guard position, and he did have 11 last time he played them, but I do like his over in assist ultimately. For Denver, Jokic is a game time decision, but expected to play. So that's about it on that side of the ball. Aaron Gordon is still out, so we'll have to see kind of what that looks like. Kind of a crappy game. I mean, I don't really trust Dallas without Luka. I mean, unless Klay Thompson just goes nuts popping threes and Kyrie has a day, I don't like their chances whatsoever, to be honest. So give me Denver -3 at home. I think Jokic has a day. I did look at his rebounds and assist over. His assist line's at like 10.5, and he's highly favored to go over that. So yeah, give me Denver on that spot. Last game on the card, Kings and the Clippers. Clippers at home have just been kind of surprising teams, and the Kings on the road really have not been very impressive whatsoever. Well, I guess that's not true. They're 4-3, but the 4 wins haven't been against great teams. Yeah, I don't know how you don't take the Clippers here. They're 6-4 at home. They've just been playing really good, which is crazy. Without Kawhi, they've been doing quite well. So give me the Clippers here, +2.5 at home. Lean towards the under 221.5. Pretty sure, let me check pace here. So Kings are 16th in pace, and Clippers are 22nd in pace. So they really don't play too quickly. They don't score a ton on fast break points. They're 28th and 23rd in terms of fast break points. So all that kind of leans me more towards taking the under in that spot. All right, let's get to the bets for today. So we're going to start this off. Trae Young under 4.5 first quarter points. He is under this in 9 of his last 10 games. Now, the only thing is we know this is going to be a high scoring game. We can tell that by the over under. But what we've seen out of Trae Young in the first quarter is he's just been a facilitator. He's been just racking up the assists in the first quarter. So if you're not comfortable with that, maybe look at taking his over assist in the first quarter, or you could look at taking over assist overall. I want to say it's a little high. It's like 11.5. So I do like taking me some Trae Young assists, but that's a little high. I'll keep looking at that throughout the day, though. Clint Capella over 8.5 rebounds. He's over this in 10 of 11 games versus Chicago. He's over this in 4 of his last 5 games overall. Chicago averages 14.4 rebounds to the center position. So a decent opportunity here for him to rack up some rebounds. Could be a good spot as well for Jalen Johnson in terms of his assist and rebounds. We've been playing that a lot. It's been banging. I want to say Jalen Johnson's rebound line is 9.5. So a little high, but man, he can definitely hit that. So some good options. I think that's a good game to bet on personally with the huge over under there. There's going to be a lot of points scored, so good chance to take some overs there. Zach LaVine over 3.5 assists. Like I said, we're going right back to that. He's over in 9 of his last 10 games without Patrick Williams, and he's over this in 3 of 4 games versus Atlanta, just with everybody in. So really good spot here to take him. Next one, Jordan Poole over 4.5 assists. This play's a little scary, I'm not going to lie. There's high blowout potential here. That said, he's over in 5 straight games. However, he's only over this in 1 of 13 games versus Boston. So this could be a good spot to fade me. The under could definitely hit. This is just more of a system play. Highly favored to go over this. And they're at home. So I do think that will help kind of tighten the game a little bit. Steph Curry over 5.5 assists. He's over this in 3 of his last 5. Only over this in 1 out of his last 5 versus the Pelicans. But this is a entirely different Pelicans team. This is a crippled version. Pelicans are giving up 9.25 assists to the point guard position. This is sitting at 6.5 on a few books. So we're getting some value here. Obviously, I don't love minus 130, but I'll take it to get the 5.5 as opposed to the 6.5. Next one, DeMar DeRozan over 3.5 assists. Sorry, I'm sick too. Minus 125 on DK. He's got a 100% hit rate versus the Clippers on this. He's over in 2 of his last 5. He's obviously missed a little bit of time, but I do think that he will hit this. Last play on the card today, Jason Tatum over 14.5 rebounds plus assist. It's really juiced at minus 140. That's because it's sitting at 15.5 on a lot of books. So on BetMGM, it's still at 14.5. I don't even mind the 15.5. It's just a little stretch if there's a blowout. But he's over this in 4 of his last 5, and he's averaging 18.2 during that 5-game stretch. So I like him to have a day today. Some other pieces that didn't make the card. So this is kind of the higher end that you can use as like a dance partner in a parlay. Trey Murphy over 4.5 rebounds for the Pelicans. It's at minus 148. Now this line's tight. Guy gets 5 or 6. Like he's going to end up somewhere between most likely 3 and 5. Like it will be tight. Brook Lopez over 4.5 rebounds. He's been over this a lot in the last, I want to say 4 of the last 5. And this should be a pretty high scoring affair with lots of shots going up. And then Kyrie Irving over 3.5 rebounds at minus 148. Without Luka out, I do think that's going to help him in terms of the rebound line and obviously the assist line as well. All right, guys. So like I said, if you want some NCAA plays, make sure you guys join the Discord. That will be where I will put some plays today. I think it's called, it's Beast Week in college basketball. So we're going to be putting out some college basketball plays this week with all the games. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't yet, be sure to like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.